Good morning, evening, or afternoon, depending on where you are. It is January 5th, Wednesday, and the time is, this time I forgot to check, 1:33 p.m. So we are going to go through a quick walk down towards the ROM, and then up through Yorkville. As soon as I can turn my camera around. I guess I forgot to mention that we're at Charles and Isabel? No, Charles and Bay. Well, Charles and Bay is behind me. And coming up is Avenue Road, just before where Queens Park Crescent turns into it when they kind of combine. Now this street has changed a lot over the years. Like, of course, this isn't here, but it's actually really cool architecture, so I don't mind it. Same with this one. And if you look up that street, that really old building down there with the green awnings, that's the Windsor Arms, where you can go for some afternoon tea, which I used to call high tea, but I always get corrected, being told that it's called afternoon tea. You know, we went from -7 the other day to +5 today. So that's why it's kind of rainy outside. Well, just wet. But at the same time also cold. So on this street, it's sort of the northern end of the older buildings of U of T. This is Burkwash Hall residence. So if you watch the other video where I walked through U of T, these are where the dorms are. Right down through this archway. And this is the Burwash Dining Hall, which I've never really seen the inside of, but it looks so grand. I imagine it looks kind of like the Hogwarts Grand Hall. Probably not, but fun to imagine. It's actually one of the few days that I've walked down this street and there's been no movie or film trucks. But I think a lot of productions are still paused for the holidays. They usually don't start up until later January. Plus with Omicron kind of ripping up through the city, it's probably a wise idea to not start up any production just yet. And there's the Isabel Bader Theater. I've had a few lectures in there, and I've even seen a few documentaries in there during Hot Docs, which is the yearly documentary festival that comes to Toronto, usually around late April, early May. So now we're coming up to the ROM, which they recently changed their logo. So their old logo, the O kind of looked like a CD-ROM. At least that's what my friend said. And now it's just like straight elongated letters. Again, I really need to figure out how to turn on the zoom on this so I can zoom in and show you what I mean. But the ROM is always such a cool looking building. Like on both sides, on this side and on Bloor Street side where the Crystal extension is. I wonder why they've got those statues covered. So you can actually still see the old ROM logo. I'm gonna stop and point it out. So if you look, oh, the zoom does work. If you look in the bushes there, well, now that this bus is in the way, but if you look in the bushes right there, you can see the old logo, like ROM, and then the new logo right on the sides there. And right across the street from the ROM, we have the Gardner Museum, which they have a lot of old clay pottery and things like that. I once did pottery there. The spinning one, the one where you can't remember the name of it, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Like what they do in the movie Ghosts, the spinning pottery. I was really terrible at it. It took me a while to actually get the hang of it and not have the clay go flying everywhere. Because I guess I was pushing too hard. Today's the first day that the new restrictions have gone into place, which they call Modified Step 2 in Ontario, which is the step to reopening, but we've just taken a step back. So bars and restaurants are closed except for outdoor patios, but it's the middle of winter, so nobody wants to go on an outdoor patio, although some are heated pretty well. But all the museums and art galleries are closed, so that's kind of a bummer. This is the new entrance area to the Park Hyatt. I can't remember if they changed their name or not, but they were closed down for a good 2 to 3 years to do all these renovations. The wind is really picking up. Especially right here. Very windy. Hopefully it doesn't blow the mic out. Now we're going down Cumberland Street. Still have their Christmas decorations up. This giant Nespresso building used to be a movie theater. In fact, you used to be able to walk down this alley and they'd have all the movie poster signs. I don't know how to say it, like a mascot a new glasses store. Well, new to Toronto. It's been around forever in New York. I like the design. Gonna zigzag through the decorations they have here. Which will probably get taken down soon. So might as well enjoy them while they're up. There's a story about this rock and how it didn't this didn't originally exist here. It's pieced together from other rocks, potentially during the excavation of the subway tunnels. Even on the driest of days when I've tried to climb those rocks, I always end up slipping on them. These are quite nice. I believe my friends actually came to Yorkville during the lighting ceremony back in late November. And they had Kaisa is the singer. Not Kesha, but Kiza. Donut trees. We're gonna double back along Cumberland so you can see some of the shops on this side. I like these little parts of Yorkville, the tiny shops. Some are up, and then there's some down. There's Scream, the ice cream place. You can get liquor added to your ice cream. Oh, there's a coffee place down there. So this is one of my little favorite alleyways in the city. Although I'm gonna have to be careful and not walk under this. They're taking it down. But it kind of reminds me of like, it's just like a little bar here, or restaurant here, another patio just here, and entrances to little shops back there that would just pass by. It kind of reminds me of like these little walkways you'd see in like LA or Seattle. No, not Seattle, sorry, San Diego. So we're gonna do the same thing on Yorkville Avenue. Just quickly walk down on one side and then head back the other way. So I used to work in this building, 101 Yorkville, for all of 2 shifts at a call polling center. And this was like years ago. This was like 2003 or 2004. I hated it. I didn't like cold calling people. Like, it just felt too intrusive. I think that's why I have phone phobia. Like, I have to really psych myself up when I'm making a phone call. So this is a really old historic house. This house constructed for John Daniels, constable for the village of Yorkville, 1867. And now it's a clothing store. We're coming up to Bay in Yorkville. There's the Terrace. It's the Four Seasons. I believe we walked by that in another recent video. So up there in the corner, that's Flo's Diner. And gosh, I just unlocked an old memory. I went there one time with my friends, and this lady got up from her table. She was an older lady, and she went and grabbed this old time jacket and hat on the side of the wall. And I was like, oh no, she's grabbing the costume, because I thought it was like a time period costume from like the 1930s or the 40s, the aesthetic of the diner. But no, it was just her clothes, her jacket. You can see many more interesting things on the other side of the street. Mr. Brainwash Pop-Up. I guess it's an art gallery, which means it's closed. But what if it's an art gallery that sells art? Doesn't that technically make it retail? Which retailers are still allowed to open. Oh no, that's over there where that canopy thing is. That's Summer's Ice Cream. Looks like it's closed. Or they're renovating it or something. So here, this building that Chanel is inside of, that was Mount Sinai Hospital, 1922. And they moved in 1953 but kept the facade. See, I like when stuff like that happens, when they keep the look of the building.
It's ridiculous. It's almost 100.
These are the heated patios I'm talking about, but I don't think these are very effective in terms of preventing spread. So I'm not sure I want to sit in one. Like, it's just basically creating an indoor environment, especially when there really isn't a way for like a lot of air to pass through. I think they have one end way down here open, and then way down at the far end open. I always forget where the entrance to Hazelton Lanes is. I think it's where all those pretty Christmas trees are. I'm gonna go inside and then I'll end the video. But thank you so much for joining me on this walk today. And I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day or evening.